They should. That would be very nice. All right. Good morning, everyone. It is day 18, I believe. And we stayed at a stealth site last night. Had zero service, none whatsoever. We are getting started pretty early this morning. Got about 13 and a half miles to go today. Got a big climb in the middle, big down in the middle. Other than that, it should be fairly routine. Typical puds here and there. But at the end of the day today, we're going to get picked up by Stephanie's sister and spend the night at her dad's house. I'm looking forward to that. And just in case you hadn't figured it out, we're now in Vermud. So far, less muddy than Massachusetts. I suspect it's going to get worse before it gets better. But that's okay. Early camped with us last night, and so we got to know him a little bit better. And we'll be looking to make contact, or I'll be looking to make contact with him next week after Stephanie goes home. Our stealth site last night, we had two other guys show up, father and son. They actually run a hostel in Waynesboro. And that's the place of the famous River Restaurant Bar and Grill, where I had the best cheeseburger I'd ever had in my life. So, but they showed up. Those poor boys were exhausted last night. And we had room at our site, so they joined us. And it was a good evening. Got to know them a little bit. Oh boy. Okay, what were you saying about Vermud? Holy crap, look at this. We gotta go. I gotta put this thing down. I can't go through this with this in my hand. So. Just came upon this big ass rock, just sitting out here all by itself. Nothing else like it. Just sitting here. It's like, who put that thing there? What the hell? That thing's huge though. It's as big as a house. Pretty cool. All right, we're getting close to the top of this first big uphill. Hasn't been as big as we thought it was going to be, but it's still been pretty tough. Weird thing, the mileage showing on Navigator's far out and my far out is off by almost 2 miles. Very strange. Hopefully we figure that out at some point, but I think we've come, by hers we've come 3.5 miles. By mine we've come 5.5 miles. So it's very strange. Anyways, we'll get it figured out. But it's a cool morning. It's about 60 degrees. And yeah, we just stopped to take a morning snack break and check mileage and send messages and arrange for our pickup. And it's a very scrubby part of the mountain. All right, Bug, get out of here. Bugs are just going nuts, man. They're going nuts. Got to get moving. All right. Time for us to get moving again. See you in a minute. All right, Ninja. This is for you, bud. Oh my, look at that. That's beautiful. Kaboom. That's a pretty view out there, but it's not as pretty as the one that you're about to see. And kaboom. Look at that. That's spectacular. Just beautiful. I don't know.
Way in the distance.
we have come somewhere around 7 miles. Don't know exactly because for some reason my far out's not working very well. The last time we stopped and compared, our numbers were closer. I think earlier they were 2 miles apart. Now they're only 0.6 apart. So figuring we're somewhere around 7.5 miles. We're going a total of around 13.5 today. So we're doing well. We're over the big hill, the big climb. It wasn't as bad as we thought it was going to be. The biggest thing today has been mud. We keep hitting these bogs that we either have to rock hop through, go around the edges, or go through. And I'm trying real hard not to get my foot wet. My foot is definitely doing better today than it was yesterday. I didn't even change the moleskin or the tape on it last night because it just it felt okay. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I'm a little afraid that if I do have a blister under there, that was weird. Not sure what happened there. All of a sudden the video just turned off. Not sure what you got in that last segment, but talking about my foot, feels better. And almost yesterday, it felt like if I had a blister that it popped. And I did not take the moleskin off last night because honestly I was afraid that if I did, it's going to be stuck to that area of skin and it's going to pull everything right off. So I don't want to do that. I'm going to soak it in the water tonight when we get to Navigator's dad's house. Try to gently pull it off and see what's going on in there. But right now it feels good. It feels better. So I can't complain. But today this terrain is I mean, this is the first time that I've had something somewhat level that I could risk videotaping. It's always been tap dancing through the roots and rocks and up and down. And it's just crazy kind of terrain. And then you hit a mud bog and you got to try to find your way through the mud bog. But we're getting there. We're getting there. 13.5. So I figure we got about 5, 6 to get there. It's mostly downhill at this point. There's a couple little ups. I'm a little worried about a steep downhill at the very end. Not worried, but that's going to slow us down. Navigator's updating her sister every 2 hours so that they'll know a pretty good idea of when to come and get us, so that either they're not waiting too long or we're not waiting too long. I'm excited. I can't wait to meet the sister and her boyfriend and Navigator's dad, and I think she's got a nephew that's going to be there. Okay, how am I going to see? This is what I'm talking about. I mean, this is just, I try to work my way around the edges. You got to rock hop and try to get through it as best you can. That's all you can do. This doesn't look like a good fun. All right, let's get off the log, onto the rock. Yeah, and that's what happens. I'll show you. That's what happens. If you slip just a little bit, that's what's going to happen. And I did, and it did. But give it a half an hour, that mud will wear off, and that's going to make for some really nasty feet. Gotta watch myself in the shower. Don't want to fall in the freaking bathtub again. Navigator scooting way out ahead of me right now, and that's okay. I'm just taking my time. I haven't really fallen today, but I've had a couple of real close calls, and I've slipped down. Once I even slipped down to my knees, just in the interest of not taking a bigger fall. The weirdest thing, I stepped on a rock that appeared to be flat, right in the middle of the trail. I'm not sure what the deal was. It's no longer in the middle of the trail because I moved it, but I hit that rock, and I mean, instead of a flat rock, it felt like a round rock. It's just, but it wasn't. It was flat. It's just the way the mud underneath it, the dirt underneath it has been washed away. And Yeah, about put me on my butt. If I mentioned it, I actually bent one of my poles the other day. I was able to get it mostly straightened out. This is tough terrain up here. Very different from down south. Down south, you'll, for the most part, you'll get long ups, long downs, but they're not so steep. Here they're much steeper, a lot more roots, a lot more rocks. It's just different. It's definitely more hazardous. Put it that way. All right, we'll shut up for a minute and let y'all. Oh, I'll say one other thing. Vermont, you know, I love this. They're obviously coming up here doing trail maintenance, but the problem is when you're looking for blazes, sometimes blazes you're just not going to find them. They're not there. The blazes that we do see look like they've been painted 15, 20, 25 years ago. Holy crap. All right, okay. I'm definitely not going through it, so I'm going around the edge. Which kind of sucks because you end up doing more damage, but you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm not walking through that crap. Yeah, but the blazes, yeah, you can go a couple miles and not see a blaze. And then when you do see one, it's so faded you can't even tell that it is a blaze. So, yeah, Vermont, yeah, you get a failing grade on that one, but you definitely get a failing grade on that one. And the minute I say that, I see a brightly painted blaze on a tree. But it'll be a mile before I see another one. All right, I'm gonna put this away so I can try to catch up to Navigator. Talk to you in a little bit.
Something might be out there swimming.
This wouldn't surprise me if there's not a beaver here. This is a beaver pond. This is an obvious beaver pond.
How great would it be to see a beaver? Like if it's not coming after us.
Oh, beavers don't come after people.
I think we're almost lower than the water right here.
Yeah, and that's how you know it's a beaver pond.
So look at go. Wow.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, come here. Did you see this? Beavers do this. This is where the beavers put up a dam.
So cool.
Right there.
Love it.
That's what they do.
They're crafty little buggers. I love how they create ecosystems.
They do. I think pretty much the entire circumference of this pond is probably a beaver dam.
Oh, that's a little wobbly.
Yep.
Careful. Oh, look at that, yeah.
And the little boogers live underneath all that. Very cool. Oh, very, very cool. That's awful pretty. Sounds pretty, looks pretty. Yeah, I don't understand why they cut the limbs off and didn't cut the log.
I'm assuming for some reason they had something that wasn't, either it wasn't big enough to cut it or they didn't have the time to cut everything.
Yeah, that's certainly a little weird. It's a mystery. This is the trail, folks. This is the trail. This is not fun. It's sketchy every step. You don't know if it's a safe step or not. You just don't know until you put your foot down. Sometimes you gotta step quick, and that's when you're gonna bust your butt. You step on a rock, and next thing you know, you're going backwards. And you hope you got a good something to step on behind you. Yeah. We've come 11.7 miles. Finally get a view for the day. I don't think it's gonna last long. But, all right, we'll keep going. We got less than 2 miles to go. Top of this mountain looks like it's at some point it's been burned out. Yeah, you can definitely tell it's fire. I don't know if it's a controlled burn. Definitely a burn. I think we've got probably about 1.5 miles to go, something like that. Certainly less than 2 miles. All right. Let me put this phone down because hi, folks. As you can see, we are in a parking lot. But I'm gonna tell you something. That last half mile that we just did, that was no joke. That was one step at a time, down 2-3 feet at a time, down each step. That was probably the toughest section I have done on the Appalachian Trail. That was killer. So 13.7, 13.8, something like that for the day. Navigator sister should be here any minute, and we can get on the road, get out of here. But oh man, that was no shit. That's some tough stuff. All right, I think they're here. All right, it's been a pretty good day. We hiked, I don't know, 13.7 miles, 13.8 miles, something like that. But it was a tough day on the trail. I mean, the first part of the day was okay. The couple, yeah, you know, a couple interesting ups, couple interesting downs. But I'm gonna tell you something, and I think I mentioned this in the parking lot when we got to the end of the trail today. That last 0.6 miles was just, it was scary. It was sketchy. It was almost straight downhill, and they had built rock steps that helped you get down. But still, when you're up that high and you're going down 2 and 3 foot tall steps, 1 foot at a time, one at a time, one at a time, one at a time, over 0.6 of a mile, you get tired. I mean, I was dripping sweat when I got to the bottom. And if you make one mistake, you're going for a long fall and you're going to get hurt. Obviously, we made it down, but that was certainly one of the scariest parts of the trail that I've been on, and that includes everything last year. So, but it was fun. We made it, and we're still alive and kicking. We got picked up by Navigator's sister, and they're almost like twins. Um, Two peas in a pod, most definitely. We on our way to her father's house, we stopped by a small department store. I got a quick little sandwich since I missed lunch. I didn't do lunch on the trail. I just wanted to go, and so got a little sandwich to hold me over until supper. Came back to her father's house where it was myself and Navigator and her sister, her sister's boyfriend, uh, her sister's son and girlfriend, and her father. Um, it was pretty cool. She's got a great family. She's got a great family. And, you know, when I count Randy, her husband, in, and her son Cole, I haven't met her son Reese yet, but what a great family. I'm envious. I'm very envious. But we enjoyed the afternoon and the evening, sitting around talking, mostly about the trail, but other things also. Got to learn a lot more about Stephanie and some of the things she's done growing up. Her dad is just a delightful man. He's a good guy, and we had a great dinner. Her dad can cook. It was good. All the fixings: pork roast, salad, baked potato, and uh, lost my train of thought there for a second. I'll have to edit that out. It was a good evening, and it's probably going on about 9:30 or so now, and it's time to hit the sack. So tomorrow is going to be a 0 day, and um, yeah, we'll take the day off tomorrow. Tomorrow's her father's birthday, so they've got some things planned with him, and I'm going to hang out with them and be a third wheel, fifth wheel, whatever you want to call it, and enjoy the day and enjoy the rest. Um, the good thing for me is that when I got here and I got in the shower, I checked my foot. My foot is still sore. It's got some tenderness there, but there's no blister. It's almost like a bruise at this point, and so I'll leave it uncovered tomorrow. But um, probably Monday when we get back on the trail again, I'll still put some moleskin on it and tape it up just to keep it protected and for a little while longer. And if I need to, I'll keep moleskin on it for the rest of the hike. But anyways, I don't want to take up too much more of your time. It's been a really good day. We it's just been a really good day. So, all right, I will probably not do a whole lot of videoing tomorrow. I don't know what I would video. So you're gonna have to skip a day tomorrow from my videos. Not that you really care that much, but we'll start the videos back on Monday or Tuesday or one of them days. Anyway, day after tomorrow. So, all right, y'all have a good evening, day, whatever it happens to be, and I'll talk to you later.